Stuff that's not punishable in other places can get you in trouble here.
I don't particularly like the humidity. I'd rather go somewhere where there's less humidity.
It's something similar with Japan because I like the combination of nature and architecture and the food.
I flew down to Singapore for a quick stopover. Now, Singapore is one of the cleanest, most developed, safest countries in Southeast Asia. But what do tourists actually think of this country? Is it overhyped? Is it just a place for people to take Instagram pictures? In this video, we are after the true opinions of tourists in Singapore.
My first time here, and not quite 24 hours.
When you arrived here, how did you transfer to your hotel? Did everything go smooth?
Yeah, I caught public transportation, no problem. From the airport to the hotel was maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay.
No issues, caught the subway, so it was great. MRT.
How you experienced the city so far?
Clean, friendly, and really calming. Busy, but calming. I mean, you got skyscrapers, you got business folks, you got lots of hustle, but you also have a lot of chill stuff to do. You can sit back, relax.
Have you been to New York? Or?
Yes.
So how can you compare it to New York?
New York is filthy. You feel all the busyness. It's very anxious. The anxiety of New York City can affect you. Just the hustle and bustle and the fast pace.
Okay.
All of that is here, but it's not affecting me. It's got a lot of culture here. It's a lot of history. It's a surprisingly relatively young country, so to have as much history as it does and a lot of diverse from Asia, lots of different communities coming. So it's a lot to see here.
How long is your stay here in total?
I'll be here 8 days.
8 days. Oh, nice.
So
and then fly back to the States then? Or?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So only Singapore?
Yeah. Check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Is there something that you maybe did not like so much or something that was inconvenient for you?
Not so far. I mean, I've only been here 24 hours. So, but I mean, I would say do your research beforehand. Obviously, laws. Being very clear about the laws. Stuff that's not punishable in other places can get you in trouble here. That's a big thing.
Yeah. So you learned a little bit about this?
Yeah.
So what did you learn? Can you teach us something about this?
To sum it up, if you've got good manners, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't spit in public. Don't litter. No loud, vulgar language. Stuff that you would, if you got good manners, you wouldn't do those things anyway. So.
Yeah.
But follow the signage. Read closely. And read some travel blogs and other things to kind of make sure that you know what's going on before you get here.
You've been only here for a short time, but did you have any interaction with the locals yet?
Oh yeah, very good. In shops and places like that, very friendly. They kind of know that you're a foreigner right away. You're visiting, and they accommodate.
Thank you so much. Do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Love each other. It'll be better that way.
In total, I'm just here for 4 days.
Okay.
So now I have 1 day left. It's not that much and it's a lot to see. Afterwards, I will fly back home.
So how do you like Singapore?
It's amazing, but it's so hot. The humidity is incredible, but I like it. I like the combination of nature and architecture and the food. I really like the food, but it's hard to find stuff which is not that touristic.
I can imagine that you had expectations of the city. It's one of the cleanest, most developed cities in Southeast Asia. So how do you like it compared to your expectations?
Oh, that's quite hard to answer. I think it's a bit the same like I expected, to be honest.
Okay.
So the size of the city, I think that's like I expected it. The difference between, I don't know if it's the right word, but poor parts of the city and then the other ones. And I think this difference is crazy. I didn't expect that. Or let's say it like this. If you have a postcard. Yesterday I wanted to buy postcards. And then you just see the touristic things like the big buildings and you don't see the small little tiny streets. And I really like this ones or the food markets, the small ones. Let's say more the simpler sides. Not even poor, but the simpler sides. And if you talk about Singapore, then you have just the big stuff. And I think it's really important to mention the small little tiny places.
How about the interactions with the locals? Have you interacted at all? And
at the food markets, and it's really nice because yesterday I wanted to have a recommendation like, what should I try? And they're so friendly and that's really nice.
How about when you arrived here? Did you get around okay? Is it easy to travel around?
It's easy. It's better than in Berlin. So I live in Berlin and it's much more better here.
Okay. The reason why I make this video is also to give a clear picture about how Singapore is and not only showing the pretty stuff. So is there something that you can think of that you have not seen on social media or not read about before you arrived here? Something that we can learn from you?
I have to say sorry because I don't know. It's really just about I really enjoy the small parts, the small places. And if you have a look before in the internet, you don't see them.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
4, 5 times we've been here now.
Okay. You know the country quite a bit then?
Well, we just know around this area. We always stay in the city around here. We're staying at the Fullerton, and we just like wandering around. And we stay usually a couple, 2-3 days.
Are you on your way somewhere, or?
We're on our way to Europe. It's a stopover.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's not a destination, but we enjoy it. It's like a semi-destination.
when you arrived here for the first time, can you remember like your expectations, and did it match your expectations?
My first time was a long time ago,
Okay.
and Singapore was very different. It was in the 70s, so Singapore is very different to what it is then. Asia was a bit kind of, well, not
Not as
backwards, not the
developed.
word, not as developed
Okay.
as it is now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now, of course, it's highly developed. It's
yeah.
an improvement in some ways. I mean, everything is almost perfect here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Singapore is very polished, very well run, very efficient, clean.
It is also a very safe country, I feel. I know New Zealand is one of the safest and cleanest countries as well. So can you compare, let's say, Auckland with Singapore?
How would we compare it? I think everything's run here to almost too much to perfection. Yeah.
But you like it here, or?
Yes. Yes, we do like it here.
Yeah.
I'm giving them the negative. I mean, you know, everything is just, perfect.
There's nothing I dislike. I like it. I don't particularly like the humidity. I'd rather go somewhere where there's less humidity.
Yeah.
But as far as Singaporean people, they're very, as a tourist, coming here is great.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it. The Singapore Airlines is fantastic.
Yeah.
The staff are fantastic here. So I don't think there's anything negative, but I would say it's a bit boring after a couple of days, after you've done the things. I'm not that into Asian culture, so I don't love it as much as other cultures. Yeah, but nothing that I dislike.
When I first came here, I would say that you probably you would have got 4 or 5 Singapore dollars to 1 New Zealand dollar, and now it's like 1.25 New Zealand dollars to buy 1 Singapore dollar.
There you go.
That's a sign of Singaporean economic success.
Yeah.
We're here second time, each time like 2-3 days. We really love the city. This is what we were talking about actually, that it's not like anything that we've seen all around the world, because it's so green and with all the skyscrapers and everything, but still so calm and
so calm,
peaceful.
And then compact, I believe. You walk here and
You feel super comfortable. It's like so cool to just walk here and enjoy life and city, if I can say so.
Have you interacted with the locals at all, and what's the best experience with the locals?
This is what we've also talked about, that it's something similar with Japan, because people are like so pretty calm, and they are like so welcoming and kind if you try to interact with them. But from outside you can think that they're like super closed, but when you try to interact you get like so positive feedback.
How about the price? Singapore is, especially considered the other countries in Southeast Asia, is quite pricey. Do you think it's expensive over here, or it's actually okay?
Oh yeah, we're going to Europe after here, so it's not that expensive. To be honest. We're going to like Amsterdam, Rome, and if you go to Paris, it seems like more expensive than here.
What's the best thing that happened to you so far?
Everything.
yeah, just city vibe. It's unique, to be honest, because we've traveled through Asia a lot, and here, I don't know, it's really special. The city has unique vibe.
This combination of like big city and still green, calm, slow, chill. So it's like super cool to be here. Like for us, we live in Bali right now, so it's like civilization.
It's my first time in Singapore. I'm going to stay here just for 5 days.
And then fly back to Spain again?
No, I'm going to Thailand, to Phuket.
Can you explain a little bit about when you arrived? How did you feel?
I felt very relaxed when I arrived at the airport, and I saw everything was so easy. The first airport I seen is very easy to access. The control.
How long did you take to go past border security?
Nothing, 10 minutes.
What made you stay in Singapore for 5 days?
Because it's a country that I think it has been developed in a very few time, but in an amazing way. So this kind of contrast is the reason why I came here.
I'm wondering if Singapore is matching the expectations that you had already beforehand.
Yes, of course.
Yeah?
Yes. I just come 2 days ago. So yesterday I went to visit the Arabic town, and today I came here, and It's amazing.
I've heard that it's quite expensive. What do you think? What is your take on that?
I hear that it is expensive, but it's not very expensive in comparison to my country, of course.
Okay.
If I compare this country to Thailand, yes, of course, it's more expensive.
Do you have any interaction with the locals?
Not too much. Yesterday in the Arabic town, I speak a lot with Turkish, with Lebanese people.
Okay.
That they thought I was Turkish. And they approached to me.
Yeah.
But very nice, everything.
Have you been to Singapore? Please keep the conversation going in the comment section. Thank you all for watching till the very end. I'd like to say from Singapore in Southeast Asia, bye for now and stay champ.